Parliamentarians, ladies and gentlemen, dear fellow parliamentarians, colleagues and friends, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Pierre Pons. I'm honored to address the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly at this winter session here in beautiful Vienna. This assembly brings together members of parliaments from across the vast OSCE area. And I stand before you as speaker of one of these parliaments, the Folketing, the Parliament of Denmark. 50 years ago, the conference that became the OSCE was established. Denmark was among the 35 founding states. Since then, much has happened, especially in recent years. Today, the geopolitical tectonic plates are shifting. They change the international landscape around us and, of course, also our organization. Since its founding, the OSCE has been shaped by geopolitics. The Helsinki Final Act was adapted in 1975 as wind of change began to sweep across Europe. The Soviet Union was crumbling and reached out to the West. States came together around a common vision. A vision of peace and security saw the light of day. A vision of large and small states alike. Some states that had long suppressed their people had grown tired. As their regime aged, they understood they could rule against the will and interest of their people for a period of time, but not forever. If they did not change and adapt, they would be overthrown. They would have to ensure that people's voices are heard and that people can shape their societies. With this in mind, the Helsinki Final Act was crafted, not as a truce of convenience, but as a compass of principles. These principles, agreed upon, helped shape the world we know today. The Helsinki Final Act was guided by the belief that true security comes through dialogue and a commitment to principles serving everyone. Principles such as sovereignty and territorial integrity, respect for rights and fundamental freedoms, equal security for large and for small states alike. Back then, our predecessors, governments and parliamentarians saw this as serving all people and states. The continued oppression, both internationally and against other states, would fail, and that peace, respect, and solidarity will be in the interest of all. Sadly, today, these principles are under severe pressure. Sadly, from powers that once fostered and upheld them. On Tuesday this week, it will be 4 years since the Russian Federation began its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. A brutal and unjust war that has taken thousands and thousands of civilian Ukrainian lives. The attack and the war is indeed a disgrace. A brutal regime led by one man attacks, suppresses, and killed Ukrainian people and also sacrificing young Russian soldiers every day. Again this winter, Russia uses the cold month as a weapon against men, women, and children in Ukraine. Russia attacks energy infrastructure systematically, leaving families without heat in these cold winter months. The invasion and ongoing aggression are not only cruel and brutal, they are a huge violation on the very principles on which our organization is built upon. When geopolitics shifts, we must adapt. We must strengthen our cooperations and build alliances. Rules once respected may be set aside by some powers. These states can force, strong arm or bully others. This may work for a while, but in the long run, this approach is misguided, costly, and counterproductive, also to themselves. Over time, dialogue, cooperation, and alliances are stronger and a far better and durable investment. The OSCE Parliamentary Assembly has been a key forum for this dialogue for more than half a century. A dialogue based on principles that laid the basis for our organization. One of these principles from the Helsinki Final Act is respect of territorial integrity of states. This principle cannot be negotiated, and I would like to thank you for the strong support from so many of you for the Kingdom of Denmark, including Greenland. Thank you so much, dear friends. 50 years ago, states in wider Europe agreed to the Helsinki Final Act. They did not do so out of charity or ideology. They did so because they understood that dialogue, cooperation, and shared principles would be in the interest of all. Although these principles may seem distant today, we should bear these principles in mind as guiding principles for all of us. And although the world today is different from 1975, our obligation as parliamentarians today is still to guide it in the right direction. Through dialogue, cooperation, and respect, today as it was 50 years ago. I'm very pleased to be here today. I'm honored that I have been invited. As the president already said, I was a proud member of the Danish OSCE delegation back from 2001 to 2004. Thank you very much for your attention. I wish you all a productive session this week at the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly. Thank you.